Greetings, everyone. Sometimes it's better when you don't know the truth. Sometimes it's better when you're dunce and you don't know the truth, or you're a coward and you don't know how to stand up for yourself. Because I think when you are dunce or when you are a coward, you live a more prosperous, long life. But it is what it is. I want to say to folks that, I've left um, information of how you can contact me. I left my Facebook. I haven't been adding people to Facebook because, truthfully speaking, as I have told you before, I don't like social media that much. I'm just not connected to it like that. But I think from time to time there are issues, pressing issues that I want to address, and I use these platforms to do so. Mostly YouTube to do that. My Facebook page stays private and just has perhaps 10 friends. But I'm thinking I might open that up somewhat because, if I'm going to be censored on one, and I know Facebook is not different, I mean, it's all the same. But if I have something to say or something to share, I kind of like the idea that I have a platform to do that. And so I'm going to utilize every platform that I have. I have an Instagram account. I'm going to start using that as well once I learn to use it. So I can stay connected to folks. Pretty much the best thing to put out here is my email address, and it's jbrown4258 at AOL.com, because if I get shut down on these different platforms, at least you know how to reach me. It's jbrown4258 at AOL.com. That's my personal. No point in me giving you YouTube um, email because I don't know how it works with that. Nevertheless, just stay connected. There are some people here that I have grown close to, even if it's distance. I've grown close to folks, like communicating with folks. And there are folks here that I like talking to because, you know what? They're not afraid. We can't live in a world where we have equal rights and be afraid. It's just not right. I'm just terribly upset about that. And I'm not going to allow anyone to censor me unless they are censored. I'm not going to allow anyone to silence me unless they're silenced. And I want to send a message out to the world to say that many people have done wretched things in the past. And their generation come here now and they're continuing to do the same thing. There are many of our people who have suffered and bled and died. And there are many who are going through the same process today. And as those who have the power to continue doing evil, so must the people who continue to suffer stand up and resist. And we can't have this false sense of security. We can't have these ideas put in our mind that everything is okay and things have changed, because they have not changed. What I do like, however, is to see how systems never really change. They just transform themselves. They have different images, but they never really change. And so I have to change. Can't ask other persons to change. I must change. Now, before this video is end, I want to say thank you all for your loving support. Thank you so much for sticking and staying, even though there were times in the past I was like, go away, I don't care if you stay. Thank you for contributing to my channel. Thank you for growing my channel. Thank you for saying, you know what, you make a difference, because there were many times that I wanted to quit, and I didn't quit because people would come and say, your message here or there was good for me, and that's what matters to me. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me coming back. And so it doesn't matter how much they shut down or try to silence my voice. It's here, it's big, it's loud, and it's already been out there, and it makes a difference. If it makes a difference in one person in my community, that's good enough. I don't live in fear anymore, even though there are reasons to be afraid. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to be afraid. Just not going to be afraid. I'm just tired. Tired people don't have time to be afraid. Okay? I want to also say that you have to be mindful that people who are able to sit quietly and wait for years before they act. It's very dangerous. You know, some of us just blow up off the handle. I get upset. There's a topic I blow off, I go off and I blow off steam and then I forget about it and I move on. But there are others who are so calm and so composed. They're not going to blow off, but they're sitting there like in the bushes, waiting and hiding to do harm to people that say things that they don't like. You know, some of us hear people say things we don't like and we go up and we scream and we make noise, but we don't change anything. But these are the individuals who don't say anything. They say all the right proper words to you. But oh my goodness, if you ever knew what was in their heart and what their plans were. Can't change, can't cool, can't quench. Wickedness won't quench and cool. So why should you? Anyway, I see a video going around on social media saying this woman, and I'm sure she has the best intention, telling Jamaicans and expats not to come back to Jamaica because they have spent their life working hard to build their home, and that bad mind is causing people to destroy them when they return. But I want to say this here and now. We've got to stop casting shadow on our own people and always thinking that everything that happens has to do with weak black people. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's hateful. You know. Strong black people, powerful black people. We are so powerful in the world that we're just out here moving and shaking. We got our own banks, we got our own schools, we got our own industries, we have our own music fraternity. Oh, we are so powerful. So let me fix that up. Or strong black people who are living in spaces where they still feel like slaves, but they're so strong. They're so powerful, you know. We're doing so well in the world. Anyway, this woman in her video is telling Jamaicans, don't come back because you're just coming back to your doom. And I'm going to say here, right now, Jamaicans, I'd say, if you can't go to Jamaica, if you can't live in Jamaica, in the home place, your own land, your own place where you come from, then nobody should live there. If you can't go back, including the people that live there, if you can't go back to the land of your birth, then nobody should live there, including the ones who are there who never left. Because it's my right to be able to come back home. And I shouldn't be afraid that if I go back home, somebody's going to do things to end me or to destroy me or to scare me. Why? So if I can't live there, then nobody can live there, including foreigners. If I can't live in my own country, if people who belong to these parts of the world are told that they can't come back here, it would not be a nice thing. It would not be a nice. They would just do it just for the sake of doing it. Even if they didn't want to live in these parts, they would come back just to prove a point to say, you can't stop me from coming home. So I want the world to know that yes, there's crisis in Jamaica, but not all of the crises you see are as a result of the people who are living there who come from there, sorry. And guys, when I speak, I don't edit the videos. So sometimes, it sounds like I have no sense. I shouldn't be saying ing at the end of my word, or I should speak proper, but I don't care about speaking proper. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have time for all that BS. It's not some dissertation. I'm not going in front of a panel to get myself a degree. I'm just having a regular conversation with people. Go home to Jamaica. Resist. Rebel. Do it out of rebellion. Yes, I understand that it's scary and you want to live and you don't want to be hurt, but you have to understand that it's all right to say this is our home. And if you choose to go home, you can't let people scare you off. Some of the greatest and the most powerful people in that space are part of that problem, not just the little hungry belly person in the so-called ghetto and the little impoverished neighborhoods. And it's not just about bad mind. There are other things at play. Other individuals to discourage you, to defer you from coming. Because if you are not going and nobody else is going, then I get it. But if you're not going, or you build your home and you have to leave, and other persons are going there and buying that same house and staying there and prosper. If all these other people from different places, all foreigners are coming there and doing very well, why should I not come? Why should I not come? I'm not sure exactly what is happening and why that's the case. I'm just saying, don't be distracted, because there will come a time when you can't stay in these places. They don't want you here. They don't want you in Jamaica. They don't want you in Africa. So what are we going to do? We're just going to walk around like ghosts in the wind? Just make people push us around and abuse us, and we can't at least say in our old days we'll go home to our country or the land of our birth and at least enjoy the great weather and the sea and the sand and the fresh fruits. I'm not telling anybody not to go to Jamaica. Go to Jamaica. But I'm also saying to you, plan it and be cautious and don't go there stupid and don't trust anybody. That's not even a nice thing either. But if you want to go, you go. Because other people are going. Even the very home that is destroyed, when human beings are taken out of that space and destroyed, other people are going there and they're not bulldozing those places. They're selling it. And the people are living free. We've got to stop being afraid and stop put the message out there that everywhere else is better to live. We're not safe anywhere. We're not safe anywhere. We seem safer. Safer. You know, it takes a longer time for us to feel the breath and the stench of wickedness. But we're not free from it. You have big companies taking out insurance on people's life. And when you think the person just, perished in an accident, it was deliberate. Give me a break. Get out of here with this nonsense. Go home. Go home. Go home if you want to go home. Don't let them chase you off because we have nothing for ourselves. And if we can't go to the place of our birth, then why don't you just roll over and just die? Because some of us are dying slowly in these parts. We're not wanted, We feel unsafe in some cases. There are places in the world where we all quickly embrace and run to, and they hate us there. And they have the ability to have you up and watch you to the corner of their eyes for years and years and years before they destroy you. Go home. Stay blessed, everybody. Resistance is a powerful tool. It's also very deadly. But at the end of the day, if you tell yourself that you are a human being with the given right, born with those rights to be free, and if your freedom is not tied to the freedom of your own people, then why are you living? If your freedom is not tied to the freedom of your own, if you don't understand that because this is not happening to you today doesn't mean it's not going to happen down the road. Watch how people are silenced for speaking their truth and how they get labeled, and individuals do far worse things behind closed doors. Wicked deeds, evil things. And they don't have to worry about their safety. They don't have to worry about their freedom. Because why? Because you and I sit down quietly and being afraid for so many years, being scared of people who breathe just like you and me, because we're afraid. We'll continue being afraid. It's only a matter of time before it gets to you or someone that you know. Jamaica is a beautiful place. It's the land of our birth. And if other people can live there and live there freely, then so should you and I. Stay blessed, everyone.